Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Titletown Sports Talk. Spencer Young. I'm here to talk about the Patriots 2025 draft. We just are about to wrap up our third round. Couple picks left. Wanted to rehash what we've done so far. Talk about what our draft needs are going forward and how we're going to address our lack of talent in many positions. So just to start, recap the picks. The first round, we had Will Campbell at pick 4. Obviously, that's been probably the most chalk pick we've had in here. Drake May, Will Campbell. That's what happens when you're a bad team. Everybody knows who you're going to pick. Second round, Travion Henderson at pick 6, so 38 overall. Love this pick. Absolutely love it. I don't know what this means for our running back room, but Ramondre Stevenson had some fumbling problems, has not been very durable. Got paid last year, so I don't know. Maybe Ramondre's going to get shopped. Maybe we draft another running back later on to pair with Travion, and we'd have like that Thunder Lightning. But we have Antonio Gibson too sitting back there, so maybe the play is just to let Montre go or cut him. Third round, first pick of the third round, 69 overall, Kyle Williams, Washington State. This guy's stock just went bananas. I wasn't really following him much because Washington State obviously is not really on the radar, but 5'11", 190, and his film pops. So I can't say that I'm upset about the pick. He looks like the real deal. You haven't seen any highlights of him, you should go check him out. I think we're going to be quite happy. So last pick of this round is pick 20. Pick 21, 85 overall. Looks like we're still a few picks away from that. They're at 78 right now. What are they going to do there? This is a great question because, I mean, we still got picks. We still got needs at wide receiver, in my opinion. We still have – I still think we need an X. I don't think Kyle Williams fits that mold. And I don't think Diggs can do that anymore. So I think we're going to have to, I don't know how many like slot type players we can have on this team, but I think Kyle Williams can stretch the field. So maybe he's the downfield threat, but we need O-line and D-line. We spent a lot of resources on the defensive line already in free agency. So I'm assuming that the play is probably going to be to bring another lineman in with the next pick. And as far as that goes, let's take a look at the best remaining offensive linemen. So as far as tackles go, we still got Charles Grant from William and Mary on the board. Cam Williams, the right tackle from Texas. Caleb Rogers from Tech. Logan Brown from Kansas. Emory Jones from LSU. At the guard position, we have Marcus Mabeau. Love Marcus Mabeau. He could be a day one starter at guard for us. Then you have Miles Frazier, LSU player. That would be kind of interesting to pair him with his LSU teammate Will Campbell. And then at center, Jared Wilson's still out there. Not gonna lie. If he's still available when we pick, I'd really like to see them take him. We don't really – I mean, we signed a center this offseason in free agency, but the reason he's not in Minnesota anymore is because he can't pass block. So I don't really see that as a long-term solution. I think we're going to need to get get young there and get some talent infused in there. And if the guy that we signed from Minnesota, he could slide over to guard. Um, I'm sure he could probably play the position, but it's a position in need, I think, long term. And if we're working on this line right now, let's get in there and fix it completely. Let's get younger. Let's get faster, stronger, bigger, more talented. Then when we look at wide receiver, I really like Jalen Knoll, but he's kind of a similar kind of player to Williams, who we just drafted. So Williams a little bit bigger. Knowles a little bit smaller, but he can run every route in the route tree. He has incredible movement, in and out of breaks, super quick. 4.38 40-yard dash. And I mean, it shows on tape. The guy just moves all over the place. He's super, super talented. He's 5'10", 194, so he's not small, but he's not, he's not like one of these 6'2" guys. Going down the list from, Noel just went. Going down the list. Let's see what we got here. Picks. Who took him? Noel just got taken by the Texans. The Texans have done that 2 or 3 times today. The Texans are having a really, really nice draft. They're going to have quite an assortment of talent. So that takes care of Jalen Knoll. Royals is still out here from Utah State. Also a very nice player. 6 foot 205. They said he has the quickest 10-yard split, regardless of any position of the combine. So he's super twitchy. He's shown an ability to run great routes too and get behind the coverage. I don't know if I think he's slightly behind Knoll, but he is not a slouch by any means. Jalen Lane out of Virginia Tech ran a 4.3 40, 11-foot broad jump, 40-inch vert, 4.12, 21-yard shuffle. His 3-cone was 6.75. Wow, that's it's a pretty nice combine for him. So Jalen Lane made a name for himself. He's out of Virginia Tech. I'm not sure where he's ultimately going to land in this draft. He might be a 4th round pick. I feel like either I think Royals might go in the 3rd, in the back of the 3rd. We just had Justin Wally out of Minnesota go to the Colts. And Siobhan Ravel went to the Cowboys. Interesting. All right. And the Jets drafted Azare Thomas out of Florida State. Interesting. Okay. Vernon Broughton to the Saints. Isaac Tesla to the Lions. And the Raiders are having a great draft as well. That's a great pick for them. Darian Porter, cornerback at Iowa State. Fantastic. Good job. On the clock now, we got Tennessee's pick is in. Dylan Fairchild from Georgia went to the Bengals. So we are coming up pretty quick. A couple picks left. A little later on in the draft, I would love to see us take a shot on Savion Williams. 6'4", 222, and he is fast, super fast. He just doesn't have much game film. Didn't really play much. but I mean, I want to say I saw a thing note on him was the first player for TCU to run, throw, and catch a touchdown pass in a long time. So he's definitely super talented. I just don't know how polished he is. He looks like he needs some development, but it looks like all the tools are there. Um, if they're scared of that, you've got several other guys that are more accomplished, like Torrey Horton or Ty Felton, Alec Ayamanor. So you know, we can look at all those guys. Nick Nash out of San Jose State, little little lesser on the competition, but he has some impressive numbers too. All right, let's see what we got here. Pick is in for Tennessee, but it hasn't been announced yet. I'm just going to hold out here and wait for the Patriots pick. We got 3 picks going before they're up. The As far as, let's talk about tomorrow. What is our day 3 look like? We have we've addressed needs in free agency. Right? Top needs according to NFL.com: offensive line, defensive line, wide receiver, running back, and tight end. I don't know that I necessarily agree with tight end. I'd like to get one, but based on where we're at in this draft, I don't know that I would go too far out of my way to draft one. I think the guys that I had my eye on are gone at this point. So honestly, I'm fine with what we got, and we drafted a tight end last year. I don't really know what we got from last year because the coaching staff was so bad. They were so raw. Number of coaches coaching out of position had never coached their positions before. So there was just a real lack of development last year. Obviously, that whole staff got cleaned out. We got professionals in the room now, right? Vrabel's come in. He's brought a staff with him of guys that know football, have coached football for a long time. I want to say there's like 3 former head coaches on staff. So it's a good group, and we are definitely starting to see the needle point in the right direction. So we got our quarterback last year. Looks like we got our left tackle this year. Looks like we got our running back this year. We got another wide receiver to throw into the mix with the wide receivers we drafted last year. We still got, Caden Wallace and Layden Robinson, and even Cole Strange. Like, Cole Strange gets knocked, but you know what? He hasn't really had a very consistent coaching room since he's been here. I think he had 1 year of Josh McDaniels and then the revolving door of terrible. So and then he was injured. So I'm interested to see what happens next year. We definitely have some guys that might be able to play. I have high hopes for Jalen Polk. I don't know how they're going to use him. And I also have high hopes for Javon Baker. I think he showed something in college, and he played well. I mean, he put up some crazy numbers. I don't know if he's going to be what we need, but I think he's going to get a chance, and I think at worst he's going to get developed, and he'll get to be on the team. I think at least for 1 more year. I don't know how many wide receivers they're going to carry. especially if they draft another one. I don't know what that's going to mean. Um, but we'll see. We will see. We've got pick in for the Steelers. Here we go. As far as the Patriots go after round 3, we've got one pick in round 4, and we've got 3 in round 5, and then we have 2 in round 7. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6 more picks in this draft to get it done. I just see us. We're on the clock now. I see us doing. Caleb Johnson, nice pick. Caleb to the Steelers. I see us doing depth at this point. Like, once you get lower down into the draft, you're trying to build depth on your team, right? So I see us trying to get another linebacker. I see us trying to get another corner. I see us trying to go after some more line, offensive and defensive. And I would love to see us take a safety. I was really hoping for Makuba, but he went a little earlier than I thought. So, somebody like him, somebody that's athletic and can cover, ball hawk, and can also lower the boom. I don't know how much talent we got left over on that side, but that would be my desire. Let's take a look at the safety room. Let's see what we got. Oh, we still got Xavier Watts kicking around out here. So Watts is a good player. Jonas Sanker out of Virginia. Billy Bowman out of Oklahoma. Okay, it's kind of getting down there now. All right. Yeah. So probably a couple players left, 2 or 3, and then we're pushing. At cornerback, we're already pretty far down. I wouldn't mind going after Denzel Burke, or Kobe Bryant. But it's looking like we're getting pretty far down the list now. Noel Williams out of California. He's a bigger one, 6 foot. Jacob Parrish, 4.35 40. Yeah, I'm not sure how many of these guys are going to work as probably not any starters in this list, but we might be looking at guys that can be depth pieces and nickel and dime. Here we go. What do we get? Oh my God, we traded it. We traded it. For what? What did we get? Oh, I hate it when they do that. Oh, we traded with the Bucks. How did that work? I don't see that. Noel Williams just got drafted by Kansas City. Speaking of the devil, Jacob Parrish just got drafted by the Bucks. Mm-hmm. All right. We traded down to 95. Interested to see what we got out of that. Let's see. What did we get? Let's look at the Patriots draft. All right. So the pick is back. We must have gotten future draft compensation. Yeah. I don't see anything else on here. So we just got Kansas City's 95th pick in this draft. So it must be a future draft pick. So basically, as far as this draft goes, we just moved down. I don't know if that was a smart move at this point. I'm not really sure what they're looking at. They might be trying to go. They might be trying to go Simon or Mondin from Georgia, or for linebacker, or let's see, is there any edge talent out here still? Both LSU guys are here. Jack Sawyer, Baron Sorrell, Ingram Dawkins. There's a couple players left at edge. As far as the safeties go, Xavier Watts, he might have been somebody to have taken with that pick. I'm going to be honest. I don't know that he's going to make it to them. 95. I mean, that's like 10 picks away. But we'll see. We'll hang in here until they pick. So we'll have something to talk about. But coming back to tomorrow, we got a bunch of picks. I see us going after depth, attacking the defensive line, linebacker, offensive line. We definitely need to get a center somewhere in here. So I'd like to see us get another guard, tackle, center. It's our tackle play was the worst in the NFL last year. So there's not enough tackles that we could get. I still can't believe Shedeur Sanders is kicking around out here. But as far as non-quarterbacks go, this is the guy. Jared Wilson's the next up. Jared Wilson, Jalen Royals, and Xavier Watts. So I would really like them to, I think, take Jared Wilson next. Let's get a center. We need one. We need a center. I love Royals and Watts. I'd take Watts, but he's probably not going to be there. Honestly, by the time we pick, Jared Wilson may not either. Chargers are on the clock. Pick is in. The Chargers signed Mike Williams and Tyler Conklin. All right. Selection is coming, 86. We got Melvin Gordon making the pick. He's got his Wisconsin shirt on. All right. Jamari Caldwell, defensive tackle out of Oregon. Oh, he's big guy. Let's see here. Nice push up the middle. All right. 6'2", 332 pounds. Let's see. Ooh, athleticism scores of 55. He had a 5.16 40, 1.86 10-yard split. Honorable mention, all Big Ten Conference, started all 14 games, 29 tackles, 4.5 tackles for a loss, 3 pass breakups, and a forced fumble. It's not bad. You could do a lot worse at this point in the draft. I don't know if he might be a solid player, but he doesn't look like he's going to be a all pro or anything like that. He might just be a really solid defensive tackle. That's about it. So Green Bay's on the clock. Pick is in. Oh my God, Jacksonville's got 2 picks. Wow. Oh, the Raiders are back-to-back 34-35. Bay. Rams, Ravens. Not gonna lie, Green Bay's having a nice draft themselves. Who are they gonna take? They got 2 players coming out here from the 63, 68 teams. Oh my. Green Bay Packers drafted Savion Williams. It's a perfect spot, honestly, for him. The Packers are the team that develop and find jewels at wide receiver. I don't know what they're going to do with all these guys. I mean, they've got like 8 wide receivers now. I think the Patriots ought to be looking at whoever doesn't make it out of Green Bay Packer camp. This is going to be interesting. So now we've got Jacksonville making back-to-back picks in the 3rd round, 24 and 25, 88 and 89 overall. Let's see what they're gonna be looking at. They've had an interesting draft. Oh. To be honest, they could use wide receiver help too. They might take Royals. Let me take a look at who they've taken off the board in this draft. When you have Trevor Lawrence, you got to have. Oh my God! Really? This is their. So they had Travis Hunter in the 1st round. They haven't gone since. Wow, Jacksonville. All right, so you got 2 picks coming up right now in a row. You got needs to address. You need defensive line, corner, safety, offensive line, and wide receiver. I guess corner and wide receiver you kind of comboed with Travis Hunter. So let's say you draft an offensive lineman now to protect your quarterback and try and keep him on his feet. Lawrence has been knocked out last couple of years because the line's been terrible. So who are you going to go with? You going after Charles Grant or Cameron Williams? Mabo? Frazier? I mean, there's choices here. There's still quite a few guys. You go Wilson's on the board still at center. I don't like that, but he's there. Oh, they went cornerback, Caleb Bransaw. The first pick is corner. Now we got their second pick coming up. Caleb Branshaw out of Tulane. He is. Let's take a look at him. 5'11", 197. He had, 4.33 40-yard dash. So he's fast. These cornerbacks, this draft, man, loaded with fast corners. Just loaded. 10-yard split, 152, 40-inch vert. Man. Let's see here. It's the cousin of Dre Kirkpatrick. Third team All-American Athletic Conference. Started 12 games, 34 tackles, 4 tackles for a loss with a sack, and 3 pass breakups. He didn't play in the bowl. It's not bad. It's not bad. He's a senior. How old is this guy? Draft projection was round 4, so he went a little bit early. Let's see. Below average footwork. Reliable and tough as a nickel run defender near the line. It's a little handsy. Below average turn and find when his back is to the ball. We'll have to prove he can stay connected to shifty route runners. Okay, so he needs some work, but he can play in the nickel right away. Next up is Wyatt Millam from West Virginia, going to Jacksonville. So they drafted a guard, their next pick. So corner and guard after taking Hunter in the first round. He's second team AP All-American. Not gonna lie, that's a little bit underwhelming. I mean, I don't necessarily know how you jump to West Virginia guard. Okay. I mean, their draft. You had Charles Grant, Cam Williams. You had Marcus Mabeau, who I think it might be, he played right tackle, but I've heard he's probably going to have to move inside. I would think Mabeau would probably be even better than this guy, but maybe not. All right, what else we got? Pick is in for the Rams. They're moving a little bit faster now. Let's take a look. Getting close. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picks left. I'm a big fan of this. Like, I guess whatever. If you don't have strong feelings about anybody, but I don't think you're gonna. The Rams, the Ravens. Maybe they don't think anybody's gonna take whoever they've got their eye on. So I'm not going to doubt him because I feel like he's been having a pretty good draft so far. So Will Campbell, Trevion Henderson, and Kyle Williams, I think, is pretty solid. So I don't have any problem with what they're doing. Let's see if we can figure out what this trade is, though. Let's see. Okay. Trade tracker. Let's see if this trade is in here. Should be now. Lots of trades. Okay. So most recent trade is Chiefs traded up for 85 to draft Noel Williams, and we received their third round pick at 95, 10 spots down, and we get a fourth next year. So whoever we want is they don't see them going in that 10 pick range. And it looks like we also traded with Carolina. We traded our 77th pick from the Falcons that we got in the Matthew Judon trade. We traded that to Carolina for Princely Umamelian, and we got number 85 that we traded to Kansas City, and a fifth round pick. So we traded the third to get a third and a fifth. And then we traded that third to get another third, a later third, and a fourth next year. So not too bad. Doing a little work. Lions traded up and got Isaac Tesla. They got a third and 2/6, and they gave up their third and 2/3 next year. So we'll see how that works out for the Lions. Oh, looks like Ravens are on the clock. Okay, so now we know how that went down. All right. Well, we were going over the trades. It looks like the Rams took Josiah Stewart at 90, edge out of Michigan. And now the Ravens are on the clock and the pick is in. The Ravens are having a heck of a draft, actually. So I don't like that. Baltimore's the last team that we want to have a good draft. But Malachi Starks in the first round and then Mike Green in the second. That's a problem. That's a problem every day. And then they took Emory Jones out of LSU. So Emory Jones, 6'5", 315. He was a right tackle at LSU. So he's probably going to play right tackle or slide into guard. At that size, he looks like he's going to be pretty solid, though. He's a big boy, 6'5", 315. Yeah. take a look at his playing his game film right now. Yeah, he's definitely a Raven. Shoot, man, they making tackles on special teams. Come on. I'd say it's a nice pick for them. Get younger in the line. We got the Seahawks up now. Seahawks, another team that have been having a nice draft. They're not a concern of mine, but I didn't really understand Gray Zabel. I'm not gonna lie about that, but he looks like he's solid enough, and he held his own at the Senior Bowl, so I don't think he's going to be a problem. But Nick Imamori and Elijah Arroyo is a pretty nice second round for them. And now they're up with their only third round pick. Oh, Sean Alexander out here. I haven't seen him in a while. At 92, the pick is going to be Jalen Milroe. Whoa. Milroe to Seattle. Okay. It's he definitely needs to go someone where he can sit for several years, because he is not a great quarterback right now. But you're not gonna have to worry about that. He's gonna get some time to develop. And being drafted in the third, nobody's gonna be expecting him to come in day one and produce. But curse of the Alabama quarterback. None of those guys really pan out. Tua being probably the best one, and I don't know how many more years he has left in the NFL. He's one hit away from retirement. So I'm going to reserve judgment on that pick. Jalen Milroe in the third round. I didn't. When I was on with the Raider guys, like I was saying, I don't see Jalen Milroe being someone worthy of being picked in the first 3 rounds. They should be a day 3 pick, not a day 2 pick. And I think it's downright embarrassing that Jalen Milroe has been drafted before Shedeur Sanders. There's absolutely no comparison. Shedeur Sanders is far, far better prospect than Jalen Milroe. Milroe's just got all the athletic talent, but he's not a quarterback right now. Like, you're hoping that maybe you can develop him. But we've seen it before. Anthony Richardson got that hype train going too, and he got drafted even earlier than this. Anthony Richardson was like a top 10 pick by the Colts, and the guy is just not a good quarterback. He's not. So we'll see. I don't put much stock in all these guys that can just run 4-4. There's more to being a quarterback than that. I mean, it's like two best quarterbacks of the last 30 years, Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, that are retired now, or neither one of them could run. But I would take them over any quarterback in the NFL except maybe Mahomes. So it's not about that. And Mahomes is, I wouldn't characterize Mahomes as a dual threat. He's fast enough to escape and live to play another down. But he's not somebody that's going to run up the sideline for 40 yards or, gash you up the middle and take off like Lamar Jackson. We'll see. So the Saints are up now. They drafted probably the worst draft pick in this entire draft so far, taking the Louisville quarterback. I mean, that's absolutely embarrassing. That dude's not even. He'll never play in the NFL. Tyler Shuck. He's never going to play in the NFL. I mean, he might have to because Carr's injured, and but I don't. I would be willing to bet that he can't beat Rattler in the preseason. Rattler's been here and he's had a year to develop already, or 2 years maybe even now. He's he's going to be a hard one to get out. Oh, there you go. Nice pick, Jonas Sanker. That's a good one. He's a safety. He's a thumper. Likes to hit. 4.48 40-yard dash. He can move. All right. Yeah. That's good. The Saints always have good safety room. They're good for that. Vernon Broughton in the third early. They're having a good third round. I mean, they had to make up for that second round. Kelvin Banks is going to be solid for them at left tackle. Vernon Broughton's going to be solid for them on the line, the defensive line. Jonas Sanker is going to be a immediate help on at safety. But Shuck is Tyler. I don't understand that. Somebody, the owner must love him or something. Like there's no explanation for that. Tyler Shuck is not worthy of being in the top half of the draft. Uh, Certainly not over Shador. And I would probably say not even over Milrow. Like he doesn't look even remotely impressive. Um, and he's got injury concerns from college. So yeah, that's a question mark for them. So we're almost up. We're on the clock. The pick is in for the Browns at 94. Cleveland, I feel like it's had like a million picks. They're always picking. And it's only been 4. It just feels like it's been a lot. Mason Graham, Carson Schwessinger, Quinshawn Judkins, and Harold Fannin. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty big Harold Fannin Jr. Fan. I think he could be something. 6'3", 240. And I mean, he looks athletic. I mean, how about this? 117 catches and 1,500 yards in 2024 at Bowling Green. I mean, he even lit up Penn State and A&M. I mean, the dude is legit. He's legit. He might be playing for a Bowling Green, but that's what I'm looking for. If you're not playing for these big power schools, I want to see you when you do match up with one of them. I want to see you pop on film. I want to see you dominate, right? Fan Jr. did that. He did that. He carved him up. He looks like he's going to be a legit NFL player. That's where my question mark is on Ashton Jenney in the first round. Like I hope he pans out, but it's like that Penn State game, he got exposed a little bit. 3.5 yards carry, 2 fumbles. Like they definitely exposed him a little bit. And his pass blocking was not good. Not good at all. Now, I mean, granted, the pass blocking can be improved, but to me, like pass blocking is like an effort and heart kind of thing. And um, if you are making the business decision in college, which is an audition for the NFL, not to do it, I don't see how that's going to get better in the NFL. Um, The NFL, there's no recourse, right? You can make that business decision and not do it. And if you're getting picked as high as 6, they're probably not going to take you off the field right away anyway. Pete Carroll may not put up with it very long, but he'll give you some rope and let you hang yourself. So I do think he's going to get a chance to get better at it and show that he can do it. Because you honestly, he's so athletic and explosive. You want that on the field all the time if you can. Here we go. Brown selection's in, and they take. Oh my God, they took Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel has now gone before Shedeur Sanders. We've got another quarterback off the board ahead of Shedeur. The disrespect is real, man. We're getting down to the Raiders picks, and I've said all along pre-draft, like leading up, that I thought that the Raiders would be the one that take them. It's looking like it's probably going to be them, right? We got the Eagles coming up, Patriots, and the Vikings. None of those teams are going to go quarterback. So if the Raiders want them, they're going to have 2 picks to do it. If they don't draft them with one of these 2 picks at 34, 35, Shedeur Sanders may not go at all on day 2 and fall to day 3. I never thought that was going to happen. Like, I thought it was just a smokescreen pre-draft and that Shedeur would end up going top 15. But I am shocked. He's still sitting out there. And this guy, Dylan Gabriel, he's never going to play. He's never going to play. He's just going to back up, maybe, is what his ceiling is. Apparently the Patriots pick is in. What are we going to do? I've already called my shot. I'm looking for the Georgia center. That's what I want. We need some offensive line help. We got Will Campbell. We got some skill position guys. We got Travion Henderson, Kyle Williams. Get me a center right now. Who's this? Oh, they're still on Dylan Gabriel. Come on. Let's go. Who's coming out? Who's calling this one? Oh, yes. Jared Wilson. There it is. Call your shot. Jared Wilson to the Patriots at 95. We have our center. Oh, great job. It's so refreshing to have Mike Vrabel running this team now. Like, I can't even tell you, like, seeing Elliott Wolf sit in the corner and not be involved in this draft is the best thing I've seen in 3 years. And make no mistake, every one of these picks, this is Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel's running this draft. Every single one of these dudes, Campbell, Henderson, Williams, and Wilson, are going to start for the Patriots next year. Every one of them. We're coming out of this draft so far. We have 2/5 of our offensive line are rookies, and they are legit rookies. Georgia and LSU. I mean, these are the kind of linemen that you want. Big, nasty. What do we got left? We got 6 picks left. We picked up an extra pick next year. We've hit on the running back. We've hit on the wide receiver. We've grabbed 2 offensive linemen. We need an edge and a safety, and then we need to just build some depth. So what does that mean? We need I'd love to take like a Marcus Mabeau if he sticks or if he's around next time we're up. Um, there's so many players on defense. They're going to be available late. The linebackers, I really like the linebackers that are left. As far as edge rushers go, though, who do we have? Ingram Dawkins, Savion Jones. We got both edge rushers from LSU are still sitting out there. Got Jack Sawyer from Ohio State, Terry and Ingram Dawkins from Georgia, Barron Sorrell from Texas, and Kyle Kennard from South Carolina. Going further down the list, do I see anything? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, Texas is having a great draft. Ohio State's having a great draft. Georgia's always having a great draft. There goes Jalen Smith. Cornerback, USC. It's not a bad grab. Not a bad grab. Looking at the here we go. Let's hold on and see what they do here. The Raiders are up 34-35, 2 picks. Oh man, the Falcons took Xavier Watts. Safety out of Notre Dame. Yeah, as soon as we took Wilson, Watts went to the Falcons. That's fine. We need a center. As much as I liked Watts, he you can't have them all. You had to pick one. We need a center more than we need a safety. Maybe we grab one of these other safeties that are left. There's still some left, so it's you know, safety corner. There's a few left. It's you can definitely find some guys. Um, As far as what we are doing now, oh, pick is in for the first one. This ought to be interesting. Is this Shador? I mean, that's just mind blowing. If they're able to get Shador at 98, 98, that's crazy. So they need, yeah. That's the thing is like this draft is so deep at wide receiver and running back. There are so many running backs in this draft. I mean, so many. And there's still a whole bunch of wide receivers out there that can make a difference. We're starting to get down through it now, but we're going to see. We are going to see. All right, so they're saying they need a safety and a guard. So they're saying best fit here is Marcus Mabo and the best available Shador. How about just take both those guys right now? Take Shador and then take Mabo. You get your guard, you get your quarterback. It sounds like a perfect. You draft Sanders, he sits behind Geno for a couple years. Or at least a year. That way, if Geno does man, if Geno gets hurt, you have some insulation at least, and it's not ALC. Wisniewski's out here to do the pick again, 98. They need some wide receivers too, but these guys aren't exactly what they need. Royals could be nice. Bo, Sanders. And they went Caleb Rogers, Tech. Okay. So they went another player. So Caleb Rogers started all 13 games, 24. Okay. Hey, looks good. Looks good. Physical. So you got Caleb Rogers out of Tech here. He's probably going to move inside. Let's see. What do we got? The pick is in. Here he comes back out again to do 39. Charles Grant, offensive tackle out of William and Mary. Fantastic. That's a great pick. He's been sitting there for a while. Good job. William and Mary is not exactly a powerhouse team, but from what I've seen of this kid, he looks like he's the real deal. Um, we're gonna have to see what that looks like. San Francisco on the clock. They need tackle, corner, center. Let's see here. They're coming to the end of the round. San Francisco, Philly, and Minnesota to end. San Francisco took Michael Williams, Alfred Collins, Nick Martin. Talk about redoing your defense. So they stay on the defensive side of the ball with the 100th pick, or do they go somewhere else? I mean, those are 3 home run picks for the 49ers. All 3 of those guys are going to contribute. I think they might try and go after some line help. Maybe like a Marcus Mabo. Let's see. The pick is in. Best available tackle, Cam Williams. He's not really a left tackle, but I don't know that there is a left tackle left in here. Jack Nelson, maybe. Wisconsin. Holland Pierce. How big is he? 341. Yeah. Projects. All projects. Something's wrong with all of them, according to all these guys, but we'll see. I mean, I don't know if the 49ers need a right tackle. So somebody like a Marcus Mabo or Miles Frazier, or even looking at the centers, you could do like a Seth McLaughlin out of Ohio State. He's the real deal as well. Looking at the defensive side of the ball, if they go that way again, I mean, there's not a whole lot left. There's some linebackers. They might consider doing something like that. Mondin from Georgia. He's a beast. Simon from Ohio State. He's a beast too. You can't really go wrong with that. There's an Ole Miss linebacker in here. Quick to the ball. Danny Stutzman from Oklahoma. Good sideline to sideline. Looks like, I mean, you're doing okay. It looks like with your linebackers, they're a little Upton Stout, corner, Western Kentucky. They went corner. Upton Stout. All right. All right, here we go. Denver's on the clock. The defense tackle, a center, and a tight end. Josh Farmer out of Florida State is the best fit. I could see that. Wait a second. Why is it saying here? Draftcast is saying that Denver's on the clock. It says here that it's the Eagles. Oh, they traded. Okay, so the Broncos are on the clock. They traded up with the Eagles to get their pick at 101, and the pick is in for the Broncos. The Broncos took Jahdae Barron and R.J. Harvey and Pat Bryan in the and they just took Savion Jones out of LSU. They took one of the edge rushers from LSU. Okay. They got their edge. Now we got the Vikings on the clock. This is their second pick of the night. Their first pick was Donovan Jackson, guard at Ohio State. So they're just making their second selection. What are we going to do here? The pick is in for the Vikings. The pick is in. Their needs are corner, defensive tackle, safety, wide receiver. This could be a landing spot for Jalen Royals. That would be disgusting to put Jalen Royals on the Vikings with the embarrassment of riches they already have. But they lost their center. They lost their tackle. So they might be looking to get more line help. But we'll see. They're making the announcement right now. Ty Felton, wide receiver out of Maryland. He's 6'1", 183. He's let's take a look. 96 catches, 1,100 yards in 24. Pretty good. 11.7 average. Little bit underwhelming production-wise, looking at his receiving game, his game log. Let's take a look at the full. Looks like he started off hot. UConn 178, Michigan State 152, UVA 117, Villanova 157. And then he just kind of chilled out until he had a 100-yard game against Minnesota, and then he chilled out. Against ranked opponents, Penn State 4 for 27, Oregon 7 for 72. Let's see. Indiana was pretty good at one point. They hit 5 for 38 there. So it looks like he didn't show up really in big games. But his line's not too bad overall. 96 for 1,100, 9 touchdowns. So we'll see. So a little smoke and mirrors, maybe. Beating up on some bad teams to pad your stats. Potentially. But what can you do? It's the back of the third round, so you got to reach for somebody. He's got the size and the speed and the production, so you throw a dart and you hope he sticks. I probably would have gone for Jalen Royals instead of him. Royals looks like he might have been a better prospect, but it is what it is. The Vikings are very good at picking these guys, so I'm not gonna get too mad at them. Truth of the matter is they've got a bunch of weapons already. So even if Ty Felton is not the best wide receiver in the world, the fact that he's playing next to Justin Jefferson is going to open everything up for him. That's it. I mean, day 2's in the books. So again, first round pick day 1, Will Campbell. Second round pick, Travion Henderson. And our 2 third-round picks, Kyle Williams and Jared Wilson. That's solid. Absolutely solid. It's I don't see how anybody could give this draft anything less than an A right now. We'll see how they do tomorrow when they finish out. We got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picks coming out tomorrow. And we'll see. We'll see. If they're able to get a starter on day 3, then wow. I think all 4 of these guys that they've done on day 1 and day 2 are going to play. Every single one of them going to play. I don't know if Travion's going to start. Will Campbell will start. Kyle Williams, I would expect, will probably start. He's definitely going to compete to start. Jared Wilson should take that job. He's probably already better than what we have. So we'll see. I don't know what that does for the center we just signed in free agency, but I don't care either. This guy's better. So we'll see. That's have a good night. Thanks for watching. If you stuck with me to the end. A little longer than I was expecting. I thought it might be on here for like 30 minutes or whatever, but hour and 18. So that's it. I don't know if I'm going to get on for day 3, but if not, enjoy the draft. It's the greatest time of the year. All right. I'm out. Hook 'em.